Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt that nothing was changing in your life? You repeat the same routine day after day. You wake up, you check your phone, you rush through your day, and before you know it, another day is gone. And deep inside, you feel this quiet voice whispering, "Is this all there is?" But what if I told you that you can turn your life around 180 degrees in just one single day? That one decision, made today, could completely change the direction of your future. Not because everything around you magically changes, but because you change. This is not about luck. It's about daily habits. The small, simple actions you do every day that build up into something powerful. Imagine if, starting today, you chose to live differently. Imagine if you could take back control of your time, your energy, and your dreams. In this story, I'll take you through a journey, step by step. Together, we'll see how a single day, with the right habits, can transform not only your present, but also your future. So let's begin. The power of one morning. It all starts with how you wake up. Most people open their eyes and immediately grab their phone. Notifications, messages, endless scrolling. Before their feet even touch the floor, they are already reacting to the world. They are already behind. But imagine a different morning. You wake up a little earlier. The room is quiet. The world is still asleep. You sit up in bed and take one deep breath. You tell yourself, "Today, I choose a new direction." This simple decision is powerful. Waking up earlier isn't just about the time. It's about sending yourself a message. My time is valuable. I am in charge. When you give yourself even 30 extra minutes in the morning, you create space for growth. That's when new habits begin. Writing your future. The next step is journaling. Take a notebook. Nothing fancy, just paper and a pen. Write down 3 things. 1. What you are grateful for today. 2. What your main goal is. 3. The 3 actions you will take today to move closer to that goal. When you write, you are not only putting words on paper, you are shaping your future. Your brain begins to focus on what truly matters, instead of drifting through the day without direction. Gratitude makes you stronger because it shifts your mind away from what's missing and focuses on what you already have. Goals give you clarity, and daily actions give you control. Imagine someone who does this every morning for a year. Can you see how their life would look completely different from someone who doesn't? Moving your body, moving your life. Now, let's talk about your body. You don't need to run a marathon. You don't need to lift heavy weights. Just move. Stretch, walk, do some light exercise. When your body moves, your mind wakes up. Your energy rises. You feel alive. Think about it. How can you build a new life if your energy is always low? By moving your body, even for 10 minutes, you are telling yourself, "I am ready for this day. I am ready to grow." This habit builds discipline, and discipline builds freedom. Learning every day. Now the day has truly started. You've woken up early. You've written down your goals. You've moved your body. The next step is feeding your mind. Take at least 20 minutes to read something that helps you grow. It could be a book on success, a biography of someone you admire, or even listening to an audiobook or podcast. Why is this important? Because your mind is like a garden. If you don't plant good seeds, weeds will grow by themselves. Social media, gossip, random news, these are the weeds. But learning, reading, and listening to powerful ideas are the seeds of your future. Imagine if, every day, you learned just one new idea. In 1 year, that would be 365 ideas. Do you see how different your life would be? Planning your day. But ideas are not enough. You must use your time wisely. That's why the next habit is planning. Take out your journal again and block your time. Write when you will work, when you will rest, when you will focus, and when you will learn. Time blocking is like giving your day a map. Without it, you get lost. With it, you know exactly where you are going. And when you follow your own plan, you feel powerful. You are not just reacting to life, you are creating it. The challenge of distractions. Of course, every day comes with distractions. Notifications, messages, endless videos. And here is the truth. Distractions are not just stealing your time. They are stealing your future. That's why you must limit them. Put your phone away when you work. Turn off what you don't need. Protect your focus like it's gold. Because it is. Every minute you save from distraction is a minute you can invest in your growth. And those minutes add up to hours, days, months, and eventually, a new life. A day that changes everything. Now imagine all these small habits combined. Waking up early, journaling, moving, reading, planning, and focusing. At first, they seem simple. But when you do them together, in one single day, something changes inside you. You feel more in control. You feel stronger. You feel alive. And then comes the most powerful part. The realization that if you can do it for one day, you can do it again tomorrow. And the day after that. And soon, your entire life begins to turn 180 degrees. But here's the question. What happens when the old habits try to pull you back? Because they will. That's what we'll explore in the next part. When you start something new, the first day feels exciting. You feel fresh energy, a strong push, and a deep belief that things are finally about to change. You wake up earlier, you write your goals, you stretch your body, you read, you plan, and you keep distractions away. The day feels different, almost brighter, almost like you have stepped into another version of yourself. But then comes the challenge. Your old habits do not want to let you go. They whisper in your ear. They say, why wake up early? You deserve more sleep. Why write down your goals? It does not really matter. Why move your body? It is too much effort. Why focus? Just scroll for a few minutes. And before you notice, those few minutes steal hours. This is the hardest part of any transformation. The silent fight between the person you want to become and the person you used to be. Old habits are like heavy chains. They feel comfortable because they are familiar, but they also keep you stuck in the same place. So how do you break free? It starts with awareness. When you notice the voice of the old habit, pause. Recognize it. Smile at it, but do not obey it. For example, if you want to stay in bed instead of waking up early, tell yourself, this is the old me speaking. The new me has already decided to rise. You separate yourself from that old pattern, and with each decision, you grow stronger. One of the most powerful tools here is environment. If your environment pulls you back, it will be very hard to move forward. Think about it. If your phone is right next to your bed, full of notifications, of course you will touch it. If your desk is messy and full of distractions, of course your focus will slip. That is why you must design your environment for success. Leave your phone outside the bedroom when you sleep. Prepare your notebook and pen the night before so they are waiting for you. Keep a book ready in a place where you can see it. Make your environment push you toward your new life, instead of pulling you back to the old one. And then comes the power of small wins. Many people believe they must make big, dramatic changes. They think, if I cannot exercise for an hour, then I will do nothing. If I cannot read 50 pages, then I will not start at all. But this is a trap. Real change begins with small steps. Imagine this. Instead of exercising for 1 hour, you do 10 minutes. Instead of reading 50 pages, you read 2. Instead of writing a long journal entry, you write 3 short sentences. Small wins may not look impressive, but they build momentum. And momentum is stronger than motivation. Because here is the truth, motivation comes and goes. Some mornings you will feel powerful, ready to conquer the world. Other mornings you will feel heavy, lazy, and tired. If you rely only on motivation, you will not last. But if you build small wins into your day, you will move forward no matter how you feel. Think about brushing your teeth. You do not need motivation to do it. You do it because it is simply a part of your day. Now imagine if journaling, reading, and moving your body became as normal as brushing your teeth. That is how transformation happens. Another important key is identity. Ask yourself, who do I want to be? If you only focus on goals, you may feel pressure. I must lose weight. I must earn more money. I must be more disciplined. But when you focus on identity, something shifts. Instead of saying, I want to wake up early, you say, I am the kind of person who wakes up early. Instead of saying, I want to read more, you say, I am a reader. Instead of saying, I want to be healthy, you say, I am a healthy person. When your actions match your identity, they become natural. And when they become natural, they last. Still, there will be days when you fail. You will oversleep. You will skip journaling. You will get lost in distractions. And that is normal. Do not punish yourself. Do not think, I am weak, I have failed. Instead, remind yourself, one mistake does not define me. I return to the path right now. Think about a child learning to walk. The child falls many times, but does not give up. Falling is part of learning. The same is true for you. Every time you return after falling, you grow stronger. And here is something else you must understand. Your energy is limited. Every day you wake up with a certain amount of mental energy, like a battery. Each decision, each distraction, each stress takes some of that energy away. That is why building habits is so powerful. Habits save your energy because they turn decisions into automatic actions. You do not have to think about them. You simply do them. So the question becomes, what do you want to automate? Do you want to automate scrolling, overreading, and wasting time? Or do you want to automate growth, focus, and gratitude? The choice is yours. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. Imagine 2 versions of you. The first version listened to the old habits. They said, I will start tomorrow, again and again. They wasted time, they gave in to distractions, and they stayed the same. Now imagine the second version of you. This version built small habits. Woke up earlier, wrote down goals, moved their body, read every day, planned their time. Step by step, day by day they grew. Which version do you want to be? This vision of your future self is important. Every time you face the voice of an old habit, remember the future you are building. See it clearly. Feel it deeply. That future is waiting for you if you stay on the path. And remember, change is not about perfection. It is about progress. Even one small action today is better than none. Even one step forward brings you closer to the life you want. By now, you can see that the battle against old habits is real. But you can also see that it is winnable. With awareness, small wins, the right environment, and a new identity, you can overcome the pull of the past. But what happens once you build consistency? What happens when these habits are no longer fragile, but strong? How do you use them not only to change your day, but to create a new future? That is what we will explore in the next part. At this point, you understand the power of one day. You have seen how waking up earlier, journaling, moving your body, reading, planning, and protecting your focus can create a completely different experience of life. You have also learned about the pull of old habits and how they try to keep you from changing. But here is the real challenge. How do you keep going? How do you take this new energy and turn it into consistency? Because one day can start the change, but many days in a row build the transformation. Consistency is what turns a choice into a habit and a habit into a lifestyle. And momentum is the invisible force that makes it easier to keep going once you have started. If you can master these two things, then the life you dream about will not just be possible, it will be inevitable. So how do you build consistency? The first secret is simplicity. Many people fail because they try to do too much, too fast. They create long routines filled with complicated steps. They promise themselves that from now on, they will wake up 2 hours earlier, exercise for an hour, meditate for half an hour, read 50 pages, and write a long journal every morning. It sounds impressive, but it rarely lasts. Why? Because it is too heavy. The brain resists big, sudden changes. Instead, start small. Choose the simplest version of each habit. Wake up just 15 minutes earlier. Do 5 minutes of stretching. Read 2 pages. Write 3 sentences in your journal. Plan only the top 3 tasks of your day. When it feels easy, you are more likely to repeat it. And once you repeat it, you build consistency. Over time, you can make the habit bigger, but the important part is to keep showing up. The second secret is tracking. When you track your habits, you see your progress. You can use a notebook, a calendar, or even just simple check marks on a piece of paper. Every day that you complete your habit, you mark it down. As the days pass, you create a chain of progress. And the longer the chain grows, the more you want to keep it going. Missing one day feels small, but breaking a long chain feels painful. So you protect your chain by staying consistent. The third secret is environment, which we spoke about before, but now it becomes even more important. Your environment can make or break your consistency. For example, if your running shoes are hidden in the closet, you may skip your walk. But if they are by the door, ready to go, you are more likely to use them. If your book is far away, you may not read. But if it is on your pillow, you will pick it up before sleep. A smart environment removes excuses. The fourth secret is accountability. Humans are social creatures. When we feel that someone is watching or supporting us, we try harder. You can tell a friend about your new habit. You can share your progress with someone you trust. Or you can join a group of people who are working towards similar goals. Accountability multiplies consistency because it connects your actions to other people. The fifth secret is reward. When you link your habits to a positive feeling, your brain begins to love them. For example, after finishing your journaling, reward yourself with a cup of your favorite tea. After exercising, allow yourself a few minutes of relaxing music. After reading, celebrate by checking the habit off your list. The reward does not have to be big. It just needs to make you feel good. Over time, the habit itself will become the reward, but in the beginning, rewards help to lock the habit into your life. Now, let's talk about momentum. Consistency and momentum are like two friends walking side by side. Consistency means you keep showing up, even if the step is small. Momentum means each step becomes easier, faster, and more powerful. Think about pushing a car. At first, it feels impossible. The car is heavy, and it does not move. But once it begins to roll, each push feels lighter. Soon, the car is moving on its own, and you just guide it forward. Habits work the same way. At the start, it feels heavy. You must use discipline. But once momentum builds, the habit begins to carry itself. You feel strange if you skip it. You feel pulled toward doing it. That is the magic of momentum. One of the best ways to create momentum is through habit stacking. This means linking a new habit to something you already do. For example, if you want to start journaling, you can link it to drinking your morning coffee. You say, "After I make my coffee, I will open my notebook." If you want to start exercising, you can link it to brushing your teeth. "After I brush my teeth, I will stretch for 5 minutes." By attaching the new habit to an old one, you use the power of momentum to make it automatic. Momentum also grows when you celebrate progress. Many people focus only on the distance left to go. They think, I still have so much work to do. I am far from my goal. But if you always focus on what is missing, you will feel discouraged. Instead, look at how far you have already come. Even if you only manage to read 2 pages today, celebrate it. Even if you only move for 5 minutes, celebrate it. These small wins are proof that you are moving forward, and celebrating them fuels momentum. But there is another secret. Momentum does not only come from action. It also comes from identity. When you truly see yourself as the kind of person who does these habits, momentum becomes part of you. You do not force yourself anymore. You simply act in alignment with who you are. This is why repeating the phrase, I am the kind of person who, is so powerful. Each time you act in line with that identity, you strengthen it. And each time you strengthen it, momentum grows. Now imagine living this way for a week. Then imagine a month. Then imagine a year. What began as a single day has turned into a new lifestyle. And here is where the real transformation happens. Your habits begin to influence not only your daily energy, but also your future opportunities. Because when you change your daily actions, your results change. And when your results change, your life changes. Think about it. If you read 20 minutes a day for 1 year, you will have read more than a dozen books. Those books can give you knowledge, ideas, and inspiration that may lead to new opportunities. If you exercise a little every day, in 1 year your health will be stronger, your energy higher, your confidence greater. If you write your goals and focus every day, in 1 year you will have moved much closer to your dreams. These are not small changes. They are life-changing. And all of it starts with building consistency and momentum. But now a new question arises. What do you do with this new strength, this new energy, this new lifestyle? Once you have built momentum and consistency, how do you make sure it shapes not only your habits, but also your entire future path? That is what we will explore in the next part. You now understand the power of consistency and momentum. You know that small daily actions, repeated again and again, can slowly turn into a lifestyle that feels natural, almost effortless. You wake up early not because you force yourself, but because it feels right. You journal not because it is a heavy task, but because you cannot imagine starting your day without it. You read and move your body because that is who you are. But here is the next step. Once your habits are strong, how do you direct them? How do you take the energy you now have and use it not just to improve your days, but to design your future? Because habits by themselves are powerful, but when combined with a clear vision, they can become unstoppable. Imagine that you are driving a car. Habits are the fuel. Consistency is the engine. Momentum is the motion. But if you do not hold the steering wheel, you will move without direction. You may go fast, but you might end up somewhere you never wanted to be. That is why you must set your direction with purpose. The first step in designing your future is clarity. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I want? Not just today, not just this week, but 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Do I want to build a strong career? Do I want to create a business? Do I want to travel, to learn, to teach, to create? Whatever it is, you must see it clearly. A foggy vision creates a foggy life, but a clear vision pulls you forward like a magnet. One of the best ways to find clarity is to write it down. Take out your notebook and describe your ideal day. Where are you living? What are you doing when you wake up? Who is around you? What kind of work are you doing? How do you feel? Be specific. The more detail you add, the more real it becomes in your mind. Your brain does not know the difference between imagination and reality. When you imagine something with strong detail, your mind begins to believe it is possible. Once you have a vision, the second step is breaking it down into goals. A vision shows you the destination, but goals are the steps that lead you there. If your vision is to be healthier, your goal may be to exercise for 20 minutes a day. If your vision is to become more knowledgeable, your goal may be to read 20 books in 1 year. If your vision is to build financial security, your goal may be to save a certain amount each month or to learn a new skill that improves your income. But here is the important part. Goals must be connected to habits. Too often, people set goals that remain only as wishes. They write them down once and then forget them. But when you tie your goals to daily habits, you build a bridge between your vision and your actions. For example, if your goal is to learn a new language, your daily habit could be studying for 15 minutes every morning. If your goal is to write a book, your daily habit could be writing 200 words each evening. Goals show you where you want to go. Habits carry you there. The third step in designing your future is to use the power of reflection. Reflection means looking back at your actions, learning from them, and making small adjustments. Without reflection, you may repeat the same mistakes again and again. But with reflection, you grow faster. At the end of each week, take a few minutes to ask yourself, what went well this week? What habits did I keep? What did I miss? What can I do better next week? These simple questions turn every week into a lesson. Over time, reflection becomes a secret weapon for growth. The fourth step is gratitude. Gratitude is not only about feeling good. It is also about shaping your perspective. When you are grateful, you focus on what you have instead of what you lack. And when you focus on what you have, you build confidence and hope. Confidence and hope give you strength to keep building your future. Each night, write down 3 things you are grateful for. They can be big, like opportunities, or small, like a warm cup of tea. Gratitude turns your attention to the light, even when the path feels dark. The fifth step in designing your future is protecting your time. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Once it is gone, you cannot get it back. That is why you must learn to say no. Say no to distractions. Say no to activities that do not move you closer to your vision. Say no to people who drain your energy. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to your own dreams. Protect your time as if it were treasure, because it truly is. Another powerful tool for designing your future is visualization. Visualization is not magic, but it is powerful science. When you close your eyes and imagine yourself achieving your goal, your brain begins to build the pathways that make it more likely to happen. Athletes use visualization before competitions. They imagine themselves running, jumping, winning. And when the real moment arrives, their mind feels ready because it has already experienced success in imagination. You can do the same with your life goals. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself living your vision. See it, hear it, feel it. The more real it feels, the stronger it becomes. But there is one more step, and it may be the most important of all: patience. Real transformation does not happen overnight. It happens slowly, like a seed turning into a tree. At first, you may see nothing. You water the soil, you give it sunlight, but the seed is hidden. Only later do you see a small sprout. Over months and years, the sprout becomes stronger, taller, unshakable. The same is true for your life. Your habits are the seeds. Your consistency is the water. Your patience is the sunlight. If you keep showing up, the results will come. And this is where the journey becomes exciting. Because once you combine clarity of vision with daily habits, reflection, gratitude, protection of time, visualization, and patience, your future begins to take shape. You are no longer living by accident. You are living by design. Imagine yourself 5 years from today. You wake up in a place you love, surrounded by people who inspire you. Your body is strong, your mind is sharp, your work is meaningful. You look back at today, the day you decided to change, and you smile. Because you know that your future did not happen by chance. You created it. But here is the question that remains. Even with vision, even with habits, even with reflection and patience, there will be days of doubt. There will be storms. There will be setbacks. So how do you stay strong when life tests you? How do you keep moving forward when the path feels difficult? That is what we will discover in the final part. Every journey of growth eventually reaches a test. You may build habits. You may design your future. You may feel strong and confident. But life always brings challenges. There will be mornings when you feel too tired to rise early. There will be days when your plans are broken by unexpected events. There will be weeks when nothing seems to go right. And in those moments, it is easy to ask, why am I even trying? This is where the real change happens. Not in the easy days, but in the difficult ones. Anyone can be disciplined when everything feels perfect. But real transformation is built when you keep going even when it is hard. So how do you stay strong when life tests you? The first step is to accept that struggle is part of the process. Too many people believe that once they build habits, everything will always be smooth. But that is not true. Growth is like climbing a mountain. Sometimes the path is easy and sunny, but other times it is steep and full of stones. Both parts are normal. When you accept the hard days as part of the journey, they stop feeling like failure. They become proof that you are growing. The second step is to focus on what you can control. You cannot control the weather, the traffic, or how others behave. But you can control your attitude, your effort, and your choices. For example, if you miss your morning routine because of travel, you can still take 5 minutes to write a quick note of gratitude. If you cannot do a full workout, you can still stretch for a few minutes. When you focus on what you can do instead of what you cannot, you stay in control of your journey. The third step is to return quickly after setbacks. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone misses days. But the difference between people who succeed and people who give up is how fast they return. Do not wait for a new week or a new month. Return right away. If you missed your habit in the morning, do it in the afternoon. If you missed a whole day, start again tomorrow. The faster you return, the stronger your habits become. The fourth step is to remember your why. Why did you begin this journey? Why did you decide to change your life 180 degrees? Your why is the anchor that holds you steady during storms. Maybe your why is to be healthier for your family. Maybe your why is to build a better future for yourself. Maybe your why is to live with more peace and joy. Whatever it is, write it down. Read it often. Let it remind you that your effort has meaning. The fifth step is to practice self-kindness. Many people believe they must be hard on themselves to stay disciplined. But punishment and guilt only make the journey heavier. Self-kindness does not mean being lazy. It means treating yourself with patience and understanding. It means saying, I made a mistake, but I am still growing. I will try again. This gentle approach gives you strength to continue instead of pushing you into giving up. The sixth step is to surround yourself with positive energy. The people, books, and ideas around you shape your mindset. If you spend time with people who complain and give up easily, you will feel weaker. But if you connect with people who encourage and inspire you, you will feel stronger. Choose your circle carefully. Even if you cannot change the people around you, you can choose to spend more time with books, videos, or communities that lift you higher. The seventh step is to celebrate progress. Do not wait until you reach the final destination to feel proud. Celebrate the small steps. Celebrate the week you kept your morning routine. Celebrate the book you finished. Celebrate the extra energy you feel in your body. Each celebration reminds you that you are moving forward. And when you see progress, you gain courage to continue. Now let us imagine what happens if you keep going. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. You wake up early with ease. You journal with clarity. You move your body with strength. You read with curiosity. You plan your days with focus. You limit distractions. You practice gratitude. These are not tasks anymore. They are who you are. Your life has turned 180 degrees because you chose to stay strong. But more than that, imagine how you will feel. Confident, calm, focused, free. You will look back and realize that the real victory was not only in building habits, but in becoming a new version of yourself. A version that is disciplined, patient, grateful, and strong. And here is the final truth. Your life can change in one day, but it is your choice. Every morning is a chance to decide, will I live today in the same old way, or will I take one step toward the future I want? You do not need to wait for a new year, a special event, or the perfect moment. The power is already in your hands. The moment you choose is the moment your life begins to shift. So ask yourself right now, what will I choose today? Will I choose distraction or focus? Will I choose weakness or growth? Will I choose the old me or the new me? Your answer to that question shapes everything. And here is the call to action. Start today. Do not wait. Take one small habit and begin. Wake up earlier. Write in your journal. Move your body. Read a page. Plan your time. Practice gratitude. Limit one distraction. Just begin. Because the moment you begin, you set your life in motion. And the momentum you build will carry you to a future beyond your imagination. Your life can turn around 180 degrees in one day. Why not let that day be today? In this journey, we discovered that real transformation begins with small daily habits. In the first part, we learned about the power of a single morning. Waking early, journaling, moving, reading, planning, and limiting distractions. In the second part, we explored the challenge of old habits and how to overcome them with awareness, environment, identity, and small wins. In the third part, we discovered the strength of consistency and momentum, showing how simple actions repeated daily grow into powerful routines. In the fourth part, we learned how to direct those habits toward a clear vision, connecting them to goals, reflection, gratitude, time protection, and patience. And in this final part, we understood how to stay strong during challenges by focusing on what we can control, returning quickly after setbacks, remembering our why, practicing self-kindness, surrounding ourselves with positive energy, and celebrating progress. The conclusion is simple. Your life can truly change if you commit to daily habits and choose to begin today. One day is all it takes to start, and that one day can open the door to a completely new future. So the choice is yours. Will you start today?